Welcome back, everybody, to Pablo'S podcast. And today I have the awesome privilege of talking to my team in addition of Table Talk. So we've got three wonderful team members today. We had one that was going to be here, but decided that he had to do other things. So we're going to just interview three of the team members. I think there's a total of like 7 of us. Anyway, but we're just going to jump right into it and basically talk about how we got into real estate. So Esmeralda, I know you like going first. So I'm going to ask you, what got you into real estate? What were you doing before? And then how did you think about getting into real estate, and what did you do to transition into that?
Well, I was doing accounting already, working for accounts receivable, and then I guess by seeing my cousin in the Orange County in LA, that she was doing really, really good in real estate. So I kind of talked to her and I said, hey, what do you think about me joining real estate? And she said, go for it. It's not hard. It's just you need to be consistent. You need to be like almost like getting clients.
Right. So like just the consistency part.
Yes, and like me, I always like helping people, especially people who is not educated on the real estate. I love to educate people. So
Yeah.
I'm shy, I'm quiet, but
Yeah,
I'm always open for anything.
that's great. And okay, so let's ask a very specific question. What was your first deal in real estate? Like, walk us through. What did that look like? Were you nervous? Were you scared? Like, did you have a sense of like, what am I doing? Describe your first transaction in real estate, because you're a licensed real estate agent, right?
Yes, I'm licensed real estate agent for 3 years. My first year that I got like two or three deals. Actually, my 3 deals were like very, very stressful.
I don't remember any of that.
Yes, especially the first one, it was really hard. Obviously, it's because we always want the best for our clients.
Yeah.
So it was hard.
So what made it stressful about it? Like
Stressful, a lot, everything.
Yeah. Okay, so something that I know about you is that
I get stressed.
you care. Like, you really care for like the results, right? You care for what people think about you. You care about like, am I doing good, right? And so you're a person, because I've worked with you for almost 2 years now, right? Or more than 2 years.
Yeah, 2.5.
Yeah. So you are a person that needs a lot of affirmation. You're doing a good job, like, so that's that would be your love language, probably, affirmation. Great job, Esmeralda, you're doing good.
Yeah.
But it's because you care about what people think about you and how but that's good. That's customer service. So your first transaction, what was it, a buyer, seller?
It was actually a buyer.
Okay. And the first time buyer?
First time buyer also, that he was trying to cancel like maybe 2 or 3 times. Maybe that's why I was kind of stressful, because I wasn't
the guy from
Delaney.
Oh yeah, okay. We won't say names, but yes, I know that experience.
It was my first client,
That was
first
your
buyer, first time buyer.
Oh my gosh.
And he was scared, and because it was my first transaction also.
Sure.
I was scared too, because he was trying to cancel for any reason, and I was trying to figure it out. What was the major reason for me to kind of help him and guide him? But I guess his main concern was not the payment, but the house, the condition of the house. Yeah. What about if it's the roofing? What about if something doesn't go
Esmeralda, if I remember, that's the one where there was like a big portrait of, what was it, like, I don't know, some portrait that was in there,
a man picture,
and the seller didn't want to take it out, and the buyer's like, he needs to take it out. It was like something dumb, but
yeah. So the lender ended up taking it out.
That's too funny. They're like, I'll take it. That's funny.
So we could close the deal, yes.
But that's good. So I mean, you've closed many more after that, and you're a seasoned agent now. You have more confidence. But what's one thing about real estate that you would say is still like challenging to you, or like, what would you say is the most challenging thing right now? I mean, it's a little bit of a rough time, but
the market, yes, it's hard.
Market is.
Trying to get clients, trying to make them understand it's not because the interest is so high. Yeah. I guess my challenge is trying to get them in the door, get them pre-approved.
Sure. Yeah, trying to calm like their fears and for sure. Okay, cool. Um, we're gonna go to the next licensed agent who we've already done interviews with you, Sergio, but kind of introduce yourself. Like, how did you get into real estate, real quick? How did you decide to get your license?
Yeah, so my name is Sergio. I'm 22 years old, and I decided to get a license because I didn't really want to work the hourly, the hour to hour, all that. I kind of
you had a job before.
I had a job, and I kind of just wanted the freedom, right? And I've always liked real estate. I don't really know what I wanted to do with real estate, but I just liked real estate.
For sure.
And I'm like, you know what? I guess let me get my license. I took with a 3-month course, pretty easy. And I got licensed.
Yeah. You flipped your first property at 18.
At 18
you had
years
saved
old.
up some money.
Yep.
Okay. I think I've asked you. I haven't asked you this before. What did you do with the money?
Damn. I don't think I've told you this. Have I told you this?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Hopefully this makes a clip or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had profited roughly about $15,000.
Yeah.
Bought it for $17,500. Sold it for $32,000. Not too good at math off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But yeah. So my dad, he helped me with the deal, right?
Right.
So he was like, get to the point already, huh? Sorry.
No, what you do with the money?
Yeah. So about half of the money I actually paid off my parents' house.
You did tell me that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So there was a remaining balance about $12,000.
Wow.
And I was like, you know what? So I just paid off the house and I kind of gained my original investment.
Right on.
So I didn't really profit, but I mean, I profited, who can say they paid off their parents' house who can say they paid off their parents' house at 18?
Yeah, you're not normal, dude. And I think that's when I first met you and talked to you, I was like, this kid's not normal. You flipped your first property at 18. You had saved up 20,000 up to that point, right? Who does that at 18? Did you guys do that? Right? I did it.
Maybe $20, but not 20,000.
Yeah,
sure
no, dude.
I
was in college borrowing money.
Yeah.
But then you flipped your property and then you paid off your parents' mortgage.
I mean, it wasn't a lot remaining,
amazing.
but whatever was remaining, at least I can say
Yeah.
I paid it off, right?
Yeah, I mean that's one of my goals isn't to pay off a mortgage for my parents because they never got one. They never bought real estate, which is part of the reason I got into real estate is because my parents never went that full mile to make that investment. And to this day, like they regret it. So my mom's still like, when are you gonna buy me a house? I'm like, soon. I'm gonna find the perfect one, flip it, and then it'll be your house. I'll use it as a write-off.
Exactly, right?
But yeah, so I'm still looking for that. But that's awesome, dude. Like,
Yeah.
that's so cool. Not too many people do that. So congratulations.
I don't know anybody, honestly, that done that.
Yeah. So so now you're licensed and you sold your first home recently.
Yeah.
How was that?
That was an experience, buying and selling a home. It's a long process.
Sure.
There's a whole team involved. It's not just two agents. There's a buyer, seller. There's an escrow. There's a transaction coordinator.
Right.
And you got to make sure you do it right, man. Because if I make a mistake, my buyer might not, go through with the home. Right. Let's say we don't do an inspection that I recommend. They can be get affected by that in the future.
Sure.
And it is stressful, like Esmeralda mentioned, because obviously you want to do what's best for your client.
Yeah.
Especially my client was a really good friend. We've been going to school since elementary.
Yeah.
We're actually the same age, actually born on the same day, literally twins. Like,
But you closed it.
I closed it. Yeah.
What was that check, if you don't mind me asking? Do you remember?
It was around 6,000. Nothing too crazy,
Not bad. That beats Vallarta, right?
Oh, yeah.
Hold on to the taxes, by the way.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you, what was your first commission check?
The first transaction was like 6,500
$6,500. Okay, and then
for
you
the
mentioned
buyer's side.
you mentioned 12,000.
12,000. It was when I was buying and selling at the same time. So it was close roughly to 12 to 13,000.
I'll tell you a quick story on that one. Esmeralda's like, it's my sister. I don't want to charge her 6%. Can I do 4% or 5%? I'm like, so what if it's your sister? Do 6%. Ask her. Like, it doesn't hurt to ask. And if they say, can you do 5%? Then you do 5%. What did she say when you told her?
She didn't
6%?
care. She didn't care. She didn't even
you should have told her
the commission.
10.
You should have told her. Yeah, you should have told her 10. That's standard.
That's a good deal.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
no,
she
but
didn't
you
even-
sold her house and she was happy.
Yes.
Super happy, and then she bought a really nice house in a nice area, and she was happy about it.
Yes.
So commission didn't matter.
I know.
There you go. So okay, we're gonna move on to the next person, who's Liz. You are not licensed,
No.
but you're in the process.
Correct.
You're learning
Yes.
how to become, a real estate agent, but also in the process, you're learning how to invest in real estate. So tell us a little quick story about you, where you're from. How did you get started in real estate? Yeah.
So my name is Elizabeth and I am 23 years old, and I started real estate about 2 years ago. I'm going on 2 years, and I started off as a personal assistant. I gained a lot of knowledge and insight being a personal assistant, which encouraged me to
Yep.
be in real estate. Also, due to circumstances of life, also it kind of opened my eyes to entrepreneurship and to self-employment, which in my case, in my circumstances, it was very helpful because I didn't want to be stuck as a server or at minimum wage jobs. So it was
Yeah.
very eye-opening and very like, um, what's the word?
What kind of jobs that?
I was always a server. I was always in fast food.
Okay.
Fast food and empaques, actually. Like,
Yeah. Did you enjoy
Perez,
any of those jobs?
I enjoyed communicating with people, the teamwork
Yeah.
that are in jobs. I enjoyed being around people, but no, I did not wake up excited to go to work.
Yeah.
Did
Who?
not.
I mean, who enjoys a regular job, right? Did
Yeah.
Did you have a job that you enjoyed before? And remember to hold
Speaker.
your mic.
Like speaker mic thing.
I actually did, but then I got tired by waking up like Liz said every morning.
sorry,
I needed to
I
be
see a
exactly
pattern
at
here.
8 in the morning. Then I was just waiting to
Yeah.
hit 5 o'clock to come home. So now that I'm like, I could work whatever schedule I could do my own schedule.
Sure.
That's what I loved.
Man, I'm gonna start forcing everybody to wake up, including myself, like early.
I low key like my job. I had a lot of freedom there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes we would have to close the store at 10.
Yeah.
So going home at 10, like on a Sunday night, like or a Saturday night when you could be out, it wasn't the best, but
Cool.
overall I liked it.
So going back to Liz, you haven't got your license yet, but you've been an assistant to a real estate agent. What is like the most surprising thing about real estate to you? I mean, has there been anything surprising to you about this particular career path?
Definitely. I think that a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions.
Yeah. What's the biggest one? Name the biggest one, because people out there like wondering, like, hey, what is real estate like? You know?
Honestly, I learned from Sergio one of the misconceptions because I didn't know about real estate. But when Sergio had his idea of, oh, I thought we're just like sales like men at car dealerships where they provide the
Oh, the
product
inventory,
and sell.
yep.
Yeah, and it's like, no, you got to hustle. You got to go get your clients. You got
gotta
to
go find
build your,
it.
you got to go find somebody that is willing to buy or sell that you can help. You know what I mean? So that was a major one that he opened my eyes to recently.
Yeah.
Um,
It sounds like you guys were kind of confusing the whole thing with like, we're selling a product. We're selling a service.
Yeah,
Right?
we're selling the
Definitely.
service.
Yeah,
It's not-
we're selling yourself. Like, hey,
Yeah.
choose me as your agent. So to give you the best experience, the best, outcome, because ultimately that's what it is. And you can be a really good marketer. I've seen really good marketers out there. I've seen people who dress the part, who talk the part. But if you don't know about real estate, contracts, inspections, the process, like you're going to do a disservice to your client. So I could see how a first-time agent, on the first deal, it's stressful, right? But that's why, being part of a team, like those calls that I get from you guys, like, hey, how do I do this? Or what do I say here? I remember that first deal. I even like warned you about it, like, hey, be careful, But yeah. So it's not as easy as people think, right?
Exactly.
To jump into. Now, I think this is for all of you guys. What do you think the difference is between being in real estate and doing real estate? Or do you know the difference?
I think the difference is kind of being in real estate. It's actually invested your own capital, your own money. You said doing real estate and being in real estate.
Yeah.
So doing real estate is maybe like representing somebody selling their home. You have no risk, right? Let's say the house burns down, you're cool.
Yep.
Client, right? But if it's you own the home and your house burns down, you're paying for it.
Yeah. Yeah. So like your first home that you bought was with an agent, right?
My first, yes.
Okay. So that first agent was acting as your agent, but she was not buying the home.
No,
You were buying the home. So you were in real estate.
Yes.
See the
That
difference?
was buying,
She takes
yeah.
liability.
She was
Yes,
investing
okay.
in the actual tangible real estate, which that property, I think, grew in equity, right,
A
over
lot.
time.
Yes.
Your first home you bought for how much, Esmeralda?
My first home, I bought it for 133,
And then you sold it for
200. So I got like
not bad.
80,000 to
Take it and run.
80,000
Take it and
Yeah,
run.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And then you use that
to put it
to invest into the. So
towards-
that's being in real estate, right? So you're in real estate and you're doing it because you're investing on your own property. I didn't learn that till like really late, to be honest with you guys, because I got licensed at 20 your age, 22.
Too really.
Yep, 22, and I was just doing real estate. I was just like Mike Ferry, learn the scripts, go list the home, go represent a buyer. No one was teaching me, buy and flip, invest in rental property. My first home that I bought was my first investment. And that property, this was in 2005 when the market was crazy, and then it crashed in 2007, 8. That property I purchased for $438,000 in Pasadena, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. You guys know how much that house is worth now?
I think you mentioned it.
Like close to 900,000. But unfortunately, at the time, I had just started in real estate. My wife was a brand new teacher. She got pink slipped, and that just kind of like, there was probably ways that we could have saved that house, but we were young, didn't know what we were doing, and the economy just like you lived it. That was a bad economy. That was way different than it is right now. Like, you guys are complaining about gas prices. Like, back then it was people couldn't get jobs. They were getting fired left and right. It was crazy. We experienced that. So that was kind of like a little trauma for those of us in real estate back then. But what do you guys, what are your goals? Like, what do you ultimately want to achieve through real estate? Because I know you're learning a lot, but like, what do you want to achieve in real estate?
My ultimate goal is to, I'm sorry, goal.
Yeah.
That sounded funny. My ultimate goal is to definitely get licensed, definitely help people, obviously learn how to be in real estate and also do real estate. I'll obviously learn how to invest. I would definitely like to flip at least one property of my own,
Yeah.
just to get the experience. I don't really necessarily see my goal being staying in real estate for a long time. I see myself doing more of the investing side, just
Yeah,
to
for sure.
learn how to make money and, have it generate money for you, your
Yep.
money work for you. But ultimately, I want to say that my goal is to expand in real estate in all things, like, learn title, learn loans, learn a little bit of everything, just so I'm knowledgeable and can, kind of do my own transactions
Sure.
on my own, transaction coordinator things, all the little things that I can learn. I think my ultimate goal is to learn all of it.
Yeah, for sure. Esmeralda, what's your ultimate goal? She's thinking beach on the house.
Goal, I know. No.
I mean, house. Oh my God, I said beach on the house. House on the beach.
House on the beach.
I'm gonna have to edit a bunch of this.
No, I would like to get at least 3 or 4 properties for rental and just live
Off of that eventually.
Yes. Get some properties.
Same thing, so you wanna
rental,
invest.
Invest, and yes, and then put my 2 daughters in real estate so they could provide money.
I know.
more
I'm gonna have to
income
talk
for me.
to them, man. Maybe they need to hear it from someone else.
They're gonna be really, really good if they
Apply
join.
themselves. Yep, that's good. Okay, last one. What's your ultimate goal?
An ultimate goal, I feel like that's kind of hard to choose.
Just say it. I want to be a millionaire.
I mean, that's everybody's goal, right?
I don't know. They didn't say it.
That's everybody.
Honestly, my
Investing
biggest,
in real estate.
Yes, invest.
yeah. I mean, of
To
course,
become a millionaire.
of course, investing into real estate, but I think networking is my biggest thing.
Yeah.
It's not. It is what you know, but it's also who you know that can make the whole journey a lot easier. So I feel like I just want to network, meet a lot of good people,
Yep.
and just grow. And learn as much as possible because you've been in the game for 18 years, and there's still things you want to know.
Absolutely.
And learn.
I'm always learning.
So if
I'm
I-
like Liz.
yeah.
Learn
So
with
if I
Liz.
say a little thing, it just real estate's too big to kind of break it down into one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
just network-
And it's always changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always changing. So yeah, next week we're having an event here at the office,
Oh yes.
and this.
Invited?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're.
I didn't get the invite.
I was like, I have
Well,
to
yours is
reserve. Do we need
It's
to
just
reserve?
it's already a given.
yours is like you have to be there. It's not an
Okay.
invitation.
I was
but
like,
mandatory.
but like teaching people at that event. Part of the reason why I want to do the first one here is I bought this building, a commercial building, with no money out of my pocket. Like who does that? Like who no one taught me how to
Zero.
do that, right? Like
Can you even buy a house with zero down?
No.
Like zero,
I mean,
like zero.
I mean, you have to have some money, right? Like a deposit. You know what's funny is I didn't even put out
You
deposit
didn't even put it.
Oh, you did
on
it?
on the
my
purchase contract.
goodness.
I didn't put a deposit
So
amount.
it's zero then.
They didn't notice it until like towards the very end. I was getting ready to cancel this deal, and I said, no, I need I'm gonna cancel. So we ended up negotiating on the price, dropped the price down to 230. It was at 275, and that's where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. 230. Used investor money, other people's money to do the down payment, and to basically acquire this property. So I've
Invest with Pablo, guys.
and invest with me, please. But yeah, I mean, a 5-year loan, interest only payments, second deed of trust, and then a hard money loan. I've got 2,800 square feet, and I paid less than $2,000 a month on this building. I know a broker right now, I won't say names, that has an office that he does not own, and he pays about $9,000 a month.
Wow.
Now, location might be a little bit nicer, but who cares? You know, like you make it your own location. We're like in downtown. It's wonderful.
Really busy.
We got
yeah.
Starbucks at a distance.
Starbucks.
Books at a distance.
Bookstore,
I
you
bet
know,
it
like
is. Love it.
And no traffic, bro. There's no traffic. Freeway's right there. Boom.
everything's so close.
Yep.
So, you know, but yeah, I mean,
Distance to everything.
yeah. So,
Our own
you know,
parking.
just learning how to do that, that opens your mind, your brain to like, wow, there's so many possibilities, right? Like, and then flipping properties with other people's money, same thing. Now you guys are learning like even like simple things like buying a dirt lot. You learned, you know, at 18
Yeah.
that you can flip that and make some money. So real estate is really like open doors, man. There's so much you can do with or without a license. But obviously having your license, you know, we have our license through EXP right now, right? And even a different company that we're now in, that even that is an experience. We're learning through that particular company what the doors can really lead to. So cool. I appreciate you guys taking the time to answer some of these questions. I don't think we ran out of time for
Segment.
yeah, we're gonna have to do it next time, but we were supposed to do a what would you do round, and we were running out of time. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll do the what would you do round next time.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Make
Yeah.
sure you guys like and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, and appreciate you guys following us. If you have questions, put them in the comments. Peace.